What's up, everybody? It's No One to Go, and I'm giving you another reaction video. This one is The Ocean is Way Deeper Than You Think, and this is by Real Life Lore, and the link to the original video will be in the description down below. Now, I don't really mess with water in general, but when I realized that the ocean hasn't even been halfway discovered yet, I had to figure out how much do we actually know and how much left is known about it and just how deep it is, because I'm not even playing. If we haven't even discovered like 50% of the ocean, there ain't no telling what crazy crap is down there. Like that giant squid, that crap is real. I thought it was fake. That junk is real. Ain't no telling what other giant things are down there. But we're going to go on and start this video. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what you thought for those of you on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I've already hit 2,000 subscribers. Did not think I would hit it this fast. But right now, we're going to keep this train moving. We're going to start this video in 3, 2, 1, go.
The ocean is really, really deep. Deeper, in fact, than most of us realize. If you were to shave off all of the land from the tops of every continent and island in the world and fill up the ocean's deepest points with that land, then the entire Earth would be covered in an ocean 2 miles deep. 3/4 of our planet is already covered in water, though, and it goes a lot deeper than just 2 miles. Let's start with a sense of scale. This dot right here is the size of an average human. This slightly larger dot is the size of an elephant, and this is the size of the largest ship ever built, the Knock Nevis. With that in mind, let's start going underwater and see what we find out. The first milestone is at 40 meters below the surface, which is the maximum depth allowed for recreational scuba diving. A little further down at 93 meters is where the wreck of the Lusitania was discovered, which is interesting because the Lusitania itself is 240 meters long, which means that it sank in water shallower than it is long, so if the ship was standing on its stern or bow, it would be sticking out of the water. Just slightly deeper than that, at 100 meters, is where diving can become seriously fatal if you're not careful because of decompression sickness. But that didn't stop a man named Herbert Nitsch to accomplish the free diving world record at a depth of 214 meters. This guy swam down to this level with just one single breath. But a little further down...
Bro, I don't know. That had to be exaggerated. I don't know if this is documented, but how do you swim 214 meters with one breath? How is your breath game? Like, how can you just go down in the water that deep? It's hard for me to swim down, like downward in the water. Now, I don't want to hear no black people can't swim jokes. It's just hard. Like, there's more resistance swimming down than there is if you just want to float up or something like that. I don't know. But how can you do that and come back up in a single breath? Because I know he didn't breathe down there and then come back up, so he had to do the whole round trip in a single breath. How do you even accomplish that?
At 332 meters, we have the scuba diving world record, which was accomplished by another man named Ahmed Gabir. If he had swam down another 111 meters, then he would have reached the height of the Empire State Building if it was submerged underwater. And a little further than that, at 500 meters below the surface, we arrive at the maximum dive depth of blue whales, the largest creatures on the planet and also the limit of the U.S. Seawolf class nuclear submarine. At 535 meters, we can witness the maximum dive depth of Emperor penguins, and this is when we must bring up the intensity of water pressure. At this level below the surface, the water pressure exerted on a person or the penguins would be roughly equivalent to a polar bear standing on a quarter. So further down the depths, at 830 meters, would be the height of the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, the tallest building in the world. Once we hit 1,000 meters below the surface, we begin to enter the scary zone. Light from the surface can no longer reach beyond this point, so the rest of the ocean below is shrouded in...
See, this is my problem right now. I like knowing where I'm going, which is the reason why I never tried to do backflips even when I was able to do front flips. I like knowing where I'm going. I don't like doing backflips because I don't like the fact that I don't see where I'm flipping. You feel me? So, like, if you go in the water and if I open my eyes, or if I have like scuba gear or some kind of goggles on, I open my eyes and I can't see my hand in front of my face, or I can't see like 2 feet in front of me or a foot in front of me, I'm dying. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm dead. Like, there's no way I'm going to survive that whole situation. That's why I don't go in deep water for real. I don't go in beaches for real. I'm too scared to swim. So, like, if you happen to catch me and I'm in the water swimming, you caught, like, the one time in my life where I ever did that and I was sane. Maybe. I might have been on drugs. I don't know.
Permanent darkness. On top of that, the water pressure you would experience at this point would be about the same as if you were standing on the surface of the planet Venus, meaning that you would die very quickly. You would also meet the giant squid at this sea level if the water pressure didn't already kill you. At 1,280 meters, we reach the maximum depth dived to by the leatherback sea turtle, and further down at 1,828 meters, we would reach the deepest part of the Grand Canyon were it to be underwater with us. Down at 2,000 meters, we start to encounter some of the more terrifying sea creatures, like the ominously named black dragonfish, a carnivorous beast with a stomach that doesn't allow light to be emitted through it, meaning that since we're in total darkness underwater at this point, the only way you would ever see this thing is with a flashlight. A little further down at 2,250 meters, we would reach the maximum depth dived to by both sperm whales and the very frightening colossal squid. Sperm whales often have sucker marks and scars left on their bodies from battles with the colossal...
Hold up, so you telling me they got giant squids and colossal squids? I thought they were both the same, but didn't he just say like 2 or maybe a minute ago that there was a giant squid that you would run into, like, I think like 1,000 meters? So you're saying that there's even a larger squid, which they call the colossal squid, and okay.
Squid that likely take place at these incredible depths. The squids themselves can grow to be 14 meters long and weigh up to 750 kilograms with eyes the size of a dinner plate and razor-sharp sickles in the middle of their tentacles. So yeah, good luck with that down there. Way further down at 3,800 meters we can find the wreck of the RMS Titanic, and a bit past that at 4,000 meters we start to enter the abyssal zone of the ocean. Water pressure is at an astonishing 11,000 pounds per square inch down here, and there are numerous strange, almost alien-like creatures that inhabit these depths, such as the fangtooth, anglerfish, and viperfish. Down at 4,267 meters is the average depth of the ocean where you would normally expect to hit the floor, but there are parts of the ocean that go significantly deeper than even this. At 4,791 meters rests the wreckage of the battleship Bismarck sunk during World War II.
Now, what I want to know is, how are we even able to know all this? Like, do they send some kind of robot or something down there that can withstand that kind of pressure or something like that? Because I know that eventually the pressure gets so intense that not even ships and submarines can be down there. Like, submarines can get crushed and everything being down there. So how in the heck are we even able to know all this?
And way down at 6,000 meters is the beginning of the Hadal Zone, named after the underworld Hades itself. The water pressure down at the...
I'm sorry I keep pausing a lot, but there's a reason why that junk is named after Hades. It's because anybody who goes down there obviously don't care about their life. Ergo, you're going to hell. That's all I'm saying. Like, that might as well be... That's hell for me down there. That's a watery hell for me.
Depths can become 1,100 times what you would experience way back on top at the surface, which is roughly equal to an elephant balancing on a postage stamp or a single person carrying the weight of 50 Boeing 747 jumbo jets. Down at these depths, you would be crushed immediately without any outside protection, but life still exists down here in various strange forms. At 6,500 meters, we reach the maximum depth that the DSV Alvin can dive to, a popular research submarine that helped to discover the Titanic. Way further down at 8,848 meters below the surface, and we have arrived at the height of Mount Everest, where to be upside down and placed underwater. And then, way further past even that, at 10,898 meters, we arrive at the depth reached by James Cameron in 2012 during the Deep Sea Challenger mission. The deepest point of the ocean yet reached by humans was back in 1960, though, when two men named Don Walsh and Jacques Piccard reached a depth of 10,916 meters using their tree.
1960? And we haven't been